Hey guys, welcome to Introduction to Long-Term Assignments for ATC 711. I'm going to talk a little bit about the structure of our long-term assignments through this short semester. I know it's only 8 weeks, but we got a lot of work to do, and I'm really excited to get started. So for the long-term assignments, you'll see I've clicked on the long-term assignment tab. I'm here, and the very first thing you'll see is the topic. So the topic for this semester would be lateral ankle sprains. So you'll follow the theme of lateral ankle sprains through all the assignments, and really they're broken up into 4 different assignments, but it'll all be working towards a goal of getting the diagnostic algorithm at the very end. So first of all, our first long-term assignment, 1.1, is just a literature search. So in order to start this literature search, I really want you to go all the way down to the bottom and look at the evidence-based diagnostic algorithm description. This will kind of walk you through what your final assignment will be, and it'll help you decide on where to start with looking for literature. Now for these assignments, we're looking at what helps us diagnose a lateral ankle sprain. What special tests, what palpation, what signs and symptoms, and what is the evidence behind why we use those things, right? So make sure you look at the description and then come back up to 1.1. Now, hopefully this is the first week and you're watching this video and mapping out where you're going to attack these things throughout the semester. But your first assignment is due at the end of week 1. So you need to get started. You can look at the author's guide. That's how I'm going to ask you to cite all of your articles that you find. And the articles that you should be looking for should be relevant and appropriate. So within the last 10 years is really best. And you're using that JAT formatting. If you have any questions, please let me know. We can go over what is proper citation, and I can kind of walk you through that. So just let me know, shoot me an email if you have any questions there. I'm asking for a minimum of 8 for this first assignment. You should probably by the end have a lot more than 8. You could have anywhere probably to 20, but I'm not going to limit you. Whatever is appropriate for getting the proper information. There's a lot of information out there about lateral ankle sprains and ankle instability even, so make sure that you're continually searching through the literature. Now for this assignment, I'm asking you to write 2 to 3 sentences of just summarizing that article as you list them out. So for this turn-in, you should have a list of articles and just a short summary under each one. This will help you begin to put the information together and synthesize it for developing that algorithm, which we'll talk about later on. So the second long-term assignment is going to be a critique. You're going to take the articles above, and now these articles might change. It might be more, you might have a few, you might take out some and replace them with others as you kind of get deep into what is the appropriate literature for your algorithm. But what you're going to do for this assignment, you're going to look and critically analyze it using an appropriate scale. This might be Pedro, the sort scale, but make sure you're looking back on what you learned in Dr. Hudson's class to really understand how to analyze each article. And then you're also going to provide a level of evidence using the Center of Evidence-Based Medicine scale that they provide on their website, or I've also provided, a short, brief table here that kind of helps you walk through it. But if you need more information, please do a little more in-depth search on what these items mean, what a systematic review is, what are case control studies, those kind of things. Then from there, you're going to give me a little bit more information on each article, so you can take your old list with the description. You're going to add this information on how you analyze and critically appraised each article, and then you're going to give me some information about population, any of the outcome measures that they used, and what outcomes they found significant. So based on the measures used, which ones were relevant and saw a significant change. So this is all going to be due at the end of week 3, so make sure you're starting this as soon as you have all the articles and start looking at it. You could possibly do some of this as you find the articles and read them in week 1, but none of that will be due until week 3. The last 2 assignments are just a draft and a final submission of your algorithm. So after we've critically acclaimed these articles, now we have to synthesize that and put that into an appropriate diagnostic decision-making tree. So there are some examples down below. You'll see them in the algorithm resources, and I will also provide you a PowerPoint slide with a voiceover explanation of what I'm expecting. But in week 5, you'll submit a draft. This draft is for me to provide you feedback about what you should be doing, what you should be changing, and maybe some direction you need to go. This is also a chance to ask any questions that you have about building the algorithm, but it's so that you can continually have checkpoints to work on it, because if you leave it to the very end, you will not get it done. It takes some time. So in this submission, make sure it's a well-rounded submission, and it has a lot of content. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that you've started to build it and draw connections between the articles you found. And then the final submission, after you've gotten my feedback, fine-tuning, making sure it looks good, doing some of the aesthetic stuff, that should be done in our final submission, and making sure that you have proper citations, and those are all formatted correctly is important as well. So do not wait until the last minute, like I said, to complete this. This will be due at the end of week 7, right before we kind of finish up the semester and get going. Like I said, the diagnostic algorithm resources will grow. I will add a few more. I will add some of my input on and some resources on how to even build it in Word, or what are some different programs that you can use. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Please look over all of this and read it in this first week so that you're not waiting too long. All right, let me know if you have any questions.